Hey y'all, welcome to Copwork. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about a case I worked when I was worked at a university as an officer. And I got a call one day, late Saturday. I worked evenings from 2 to 10. And it was late Saturday, and a gal came in and said that a guy that she had been letting live with her in the apartment on campus had choked her and sexually assaulted her. Well, they had these regular dorm rooms and they had these apartments, and she had let this guy, she'd met him 3 weeks prior to this, and she had let him start to live with her in this apartment. They weren't supposed to do that, but she had done it. And on a Friday night into the Saturday, he had choked her into unconsciousness and tried to kill her. And he tied her up. He had sexually assaulted her and then tied her up and wouldn't let her go. And she finally talked her way out by telling him that she had to go to work, that they had to have money and she had to go to work. And so he agreed and he let her go. Well, she went home to the town she was from, which was close, and went ahead and went to work and then told her family, and they encouraged her to make this police report. So he was a multi-state violent offender, had been convicted of just about everything you could be convicted of. He was just a terrible, terrible convict, criminal. And so we got to work in the case, and I took her to the hospital to try to get a SANE exam done. And then some other people came in because it was a light shift. It was just me and another officer. And some other people from the department, they came in and kind of jumped ahead of me and decided they would snatch this guy up and arrest him. And I had already worked up the warrants, and they kind of arrested him before the warrant got done. But anyway, it worked out. They shouldn't have done that, but they did. And I unfortunately didn't get the opportunity to talk to him. Anyway, he got put in jail, and when it came time for grand jury, people that were in charge at that time told me, they said, you have a grand jury notice here for this guy, but he won't be true billed. And I said, well, yeah, he will. And they said, no, he won't. The DA doesn't do that here, and he's not going to get true billed, and he's not going to prison. And I said, I'm an experienced detective. I have a lot of experience as a detective. I was a patrol officer then, but I have a lot of experience as a detective. And I said, I'm telling you right now, he is going to jail, and he will be true billed, and he's going back to prison where he belongs. Well, they argued with me, but long story short, I went to grand jury, and he got true billed, and he went right back to prison. And his sister called and wanted to know if we could just drop the charges. I said, nope. I told the woman that was a lieutenant at the time. She said, well, they want these charges dropped. I said, who? She said, the family of the suspect. I said, absolutely not. I will not drop those charges. I'm not calling the DA's office. That guy's going to prison where he belongs. I told y'all that I was going to have him put in prison. And that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going back to prison. He came an eyelash away from murdering one of your students here. And absolutely not, I will not get those charges dropped. And I didn't. And he went right back to the pen where he belongs. But like I said, he had been a known violent offender in 2 or 3 different states. So it can happen even on a university campus. You know, you just need to be very careful about who you let in your life and who you let in your house. The mistake, she'd only known him 3 weeks and she let him move in with her. And he nearly killed her. I mean, she's very fortunate he didn't kill her. He tried to kill her. But thank God he didn't. She passed out before he killed her. Thank God he didn't kill her. But, you know, you just need to be so careful with who you let into your life, especially today. And this was several years ago, way before the advent of as much as social media is today and all of that. You need to be really, really, really careful. When I was an SRO, I used to tell the kids, and that was way back when. I said, listen, if you think that you're going to go meet somebody, I know you all think you're 10 feet tall and bulletproof, but you're not. Tell somebody where you're going and who you're going with. Because the person that you think, this is back before cell phones were so prevalent with cameras and all that, you may think that you're going to go meet, you know, Mr. DreamWorks, but it's some old fat white guy that's not who he says he is. And your life can be over. Don't do that. You know, don't do that. Don't do that today. Even though most of them, obviously, you can see them now with cameras and everything. But you need to be really, really, really careful about who you go meet and who you trust and what you do. Because it can go bad, and it can go bad really, really quickly. That gal right there is so fortunate to be alive. She had no idea. I worked homicide one time when I worked for another agency, and the guy that committed the homicide had choked the woman 2 weeks prior to killing her. And this gal at the university she was so fortunate that he didn't kill her. He tried, but he didn't accomplish it. Thank God for that. And again, if you're in a situation where somebody is hitting you or hurting you and you can, get away from them. If it's a dating situation, get away from them. Even if you're in college or high school, there's lots of other people out there. You don't have to have that person. And it goes the same way if it's a woman and you're a guy and she's hitting you, get away from her. If they tell you don't have any friends, don't have any family, get away from them. They're going to ruin your life. You know, don't marry them, don't move in with them, get away from them because they're going to hurt you. Just your safety is number one all the time. So anyway, again, if I say this everyone, if anybody sees this, if you can donate to the hurricane relief effort, please do so. Those people are in just a world of hurt, and they need some help. If you can help them, please do that. They're absolutely just devastated there, and whatever you can do, whomever you can donate to, just pick out somebody that you think is trustworthy and donate to them and help them. And again, to quote one of my favorite talk shows ever on, Hill Street Blues, to paraphrase this, y'all be careful out there. Excuse me, y'all be careful out there.